guys, welcome to Phones About review of Elephone G1, the cheapest quad-core phone released recently by Elephone. Let's check what's in the box first, and we'll move to the phone after that. This is the box. Actually, it looks pretty good. It doesn't remind us of some cheap phone. It's stylish. Let's open it. So this is where the phone were placed, and this is the package of the phone. And we can open this section, and this will reveal the other content of the books. So we have a book with instructions. Luckily they're written in English. So if you're not very familiar with the smartphones, you can check the instructions and prepare yourself for the use of the phone. We have a spare screen protector, probably put by our seller, and also one silicone soft case. It's transparent. We have a charger, which is Elephone branded. And we have micro USB cable. There are no hands-free in the box, but you can't expect much when you have such low price. This is the Elephone slogan, and basically that's all about the box. Let's move to the phone. The phone itself, as we said, this is the cheapest quad-core phone on the market, and it has retail price of about $50. However, you'll find it a little bit more expensive with some of the online retailers because you need to pay some money for the shipping. So basically it will cost you about $60 to buy it. Okay, we bought the blue version. There are different colors. The phone has 4.5 inch screen, which is an IPS screen and gives decent viewing angles. It has a quad-core processor, clocked at 1.3 GHz. It has 512 megabytes of RAM memory and 4 gigabytes internal memory. The back camera is 2 megapixels, but it is interpolated to 5 megapixels. So actually you can expect a little bit better quality than a regular 2 megapixel camera. And the front one has an interpolation of 2 megapixels, so it takes pictures with quality of 2 megapixels. The screen resolution is low, it's just FWVGA, but the screen size is not so big, so actually it gives you a decent picture quality. Okay, there is nothing on the left side, and all the buttons are placed on the right side. The power button and the volume rocker, we found them stable, they are not loose, not moving, and they're really easy to reach and press. However, it's not very convenient to reach the volume button while you're talking on the phone. Perhaps it would be better if it was placed on the left side, so it's easier to reach it while you're talking. Anyway, at the bottom you can see the micro USB slot, the micro USB port, not slot, and the microphone. They're right here at the bottom. And at the top you'll find the 3.5 millimeter audio jack, so you can buy yourself a hands-free and use it with the phone. Let's open the backlit. The backlit is easy to remove. It's not difficult to remove it, and it gives you access to the battery, which has a capacity of 2300 milliamperes. No, I'm sorry, it's 1800. It's 1800 milliamperes. It's Elephone branded, and you can see here the SIM card slots and the micro SD card slot, because you get additional memory. You can get additional memory. You get only 4 gigabytes on board, and some of this available memory is already occupied by the operating system, so you get maybe about 1 gigabyte of memory to use. It's not very much. The speaker is right here at the bottom. You can see it. Let's close it. Okay, the speaker is right here. The volume quality is not the best one, but we are talking about a budget phone, the cheapest quad-core, so you need to make some compromises. The overall build quality is good. The phone feels solid. It's not slippery. It can't slip out of your hands. It feels solid. It's easy to operate, and we actually like the overall build quality. You can see the phone itself. It uses Android KitKat 4.4.2 operating system, and thanks to the quad-core processor, it runs really smooth, although it has only 512 megabytes of RAM. We didn't notice almost any lag. You can see by yourself that it's really easy to switch between the applications. The multitasking is fast as well. No problems. Okay, let's check the settings first. Actually, this is the standard KitKat settings menu. Almost nothing done by Elephone here, probably because they wanted to optimize the phone to work with 512 megabytes. So these are all the standard settings. Nothing interesting. The only difference we found are the off-screen gestures right here, and they're pretty the same that we found on other Chinese smartphones, like double tap on the screen to wake the phone up, or draw C on the screen to activate the camera. If you haven't seen the off-screen gestures before, so let me demonstrate what exactly are they. For example, double tap on the screen, you wake up the phone, and if you draw the letter C, then this will activate the camera. Okay. As we said, we didn't experience any problems with our unit, and it worked pretty well. We didn't have much expectations about the phone because it only has 512 megabytes of RAM, but we are quite surprised to see that it can perform so well. Let us check more details about the phone itself. Okay, you can see here it's running Android 4.4.2. You can see the resolution of the display right here, and this is the processor itself. 4 cores, clocked at 1.3 gigahertz. This is the available RAM memory. Actually, the user gets about 458 megabytes of RAM. Based on our experience with the phone, we noticed that most of the time, about half of the memory, of the RAM memory, is available for the user, which is not so bad. This is the back camera. As we said, it's actually 2 megapixels, but it's interpolated to 5. And this is the front one. This is the GPU, which serves for the graphics rendering. It's Mali 400 MP, and we found it's quite good even with such cheap phone, because we managed to run games like Asphalt 8, we'll show you later. And there are a few sensors which we can test right now. Let's go to sensor testing and let's try them. I'm sorry. Okay, so we have accelerator meter, which shows you the current position of the phone, and we have proximity sensor, which we can test right now. It's somewhere right here. Okay, so you see it's near, far. It detects how close are the objects to the phone, and you see that the light sensor corresponds as well. All the sensors work, no problem with that. uh, even the phone, even being so cheap, the phone still has 5 multi-touch points. You can see 5 points, recognized 5 touches. We tested with Antutu, however, we don't think that this is the actual result. The phone has only 512 megabytes of RAM, so we think that probably Elephone might be cheating. Even we received a warning from Antutu when we test the phone for the first time that the phone actually might be cheating. But on our next test, the warning was removed, so we are not sure if this is the actual result. Probably it's a little bit lower. However, as we said, there is no lag, and the phone performs really well. So these are just numbers for reference. Unfortunately, we were not able to perform any graphic tests because our phone was just crashing when we tried to perform some graphic test with GFX Bench. We received a warning for out of memory error, and the test just stopped. We were not able to test the graphics, but we will show you that they are good. You can see that it was not possible to launch any of the tests. We only, you can see it's the same for the battery test because they use again the graphic renderer, and again out of memory error. So no graphic tests. We can show you the GPS. If you try to locate your position, it works pretty good. However, if you try to get some directions and to navigate on the street, we found out that actually the GPS, okay, we are located really fast, and we noticed that the GPS usually loses its signal very often, and it's almost not possible to navigate. So if you want to get your location, that's fine. But if you want to navigate, it will be difficult. We tried with Google Maps, and we didn't have much luck. Probably you can try with some other navigation system like Here Maps or something else, and there might be some different results. We didn't manage to try with something else because we don't have memory on our phone. As we said, the storage is a little bit low. You can see we have only 168 megabytes after installing some programs for our tests. Let me also show you the available RAM memory. As I told you, most of the time half of the RAM memory is available. You can see 255 megabytes used, 204 megabytes free. So it's enough for normal use of the phone if you don't run lots of demanding applications. Let's move to the camera. There's nothing interesting about the camera. It's not impressive, but it can just work for you. We have some pictures, but let me show you how actually the camera works. Unfortunately, there is no autofocus. You can see it's trying to focus, but nothing happens. No change. You can see no change. So there is no autofocus. Let me just take one picture. No autofocus. The picture quality is not so good, but you can't expect much from such a cheap device. Elephone G1 gives you just the basic. So actually you have all the functions you have with a smartphone, but nothing special. You see that the details are not so clear. As we said, it's just the basic. You still have camera and it has a flashlight, but you won't impress your friends with the picture quality. Here is the camera. Okay. There is a front camera as well, but you should not have much expectation about it. The interpolation is something that we don't like a lot, and we don't think that the pictures are getting so much better. However, it's better than a 2 megapixel camera, but it's still not the same quality as a 5 megapixel camera. As we said, even with 512 megabytes of RAM, you'll still be able to run games like Asphalt 8. We were a little bit surprised to see that, but we'll show you right now. No problems with Asphalt 8 on this phone. So for $50-$60, you can purchase a good phone which you can use for playing even such games like Asphalt 8. Well, you're about to see some advertisement, so we'll just probably try to skip it because nobody paid us for this advertisement. I'm sorry for the interruptions, but it seems that Gameloft, which produced the games, are willing to show us an advertisement. Okay, anyway, the advertisement is almost ended, so we'll just continue with the game itself. I'm sorry for this unexpected surprise. Okay, let's start with the game itself. You can see Asphalt 8, no problems, with a smartphone for $60. The games work fine, the graphics are good enough, no problems playing. You can see that it works really well. It's almost as good as on our more expensive devices. Seems that the guys at Elephone managed to make some optimizations. Probably it will not be my best run on this game, but it's just for reference to show you that the game performs okay. Okay, enough gaming. So you see, no problems with Asphalt 8 for just $60. The display has, it's made with IPS technology, which means that it has really good viewing angles. Let me show you this. The brightness, I think that it's now set to minimum, so I'll increase it a little bit just to show you the viewing angles. Okay, no updates at the moment, I'm sorry. I don't want to update you. Anyway, I'm increasing the brightness just to show you the viewing angles. You see that the IPS display has a good viewing angles. And finally, let me play one YouTube video so you can see how good the phone can play the videos and what's the picture quality. It will not be easy to see the picture quality, but you can just see, okay, some HD video. Of course, as we said, the resolution is a little bit low, but it's just for $60, so you can't expect much about this phone. Okay. I'm not sure if you managed to see the exact picture quality, but this is how a video on Elephone looks like. Perhaps we can increase the brightness. Where is the brightness? It's right here. And this is the speaker right here. It has a decent audio quality. However, when the phone is ringing, we notice that the ringing sounds are a little bit strange. Probably not all the sounds are produced so well. I'm not sure if you are able to see. The image is good at the moment, but you can still notice the pixels. It's not perfect, but it's acceptable. Okay, enough video. So this is all I have to say about Elephone G1. It's a budget phone and it really gives you all the basic you need about having a smartphone, and it's just enough for $60. You have everything you need. You have two cameras with flashlight. By the way, we didn't mention, but the flashlight is not so good and it's a little bit weak and can't help you much taking pictures when there is no light. If you're not taking the picture maybe about half a meter distance. So you have two cameras, you have 4.5-inch screen, which is great. You have dual SIM, you can use two SIM cards. You have GPS, which works in most of the cases. And it's just $60. It's not bad for a quad-core phone, which can run games like Asphalt 8. We can say that actually we liked it. It's really cheap and it works really, really well. You can follow the link under the review and check our details review of Elephone and check some benchmarks we made. You can see the results there on our website. Also, you can see some picture samples taken from the camera as well. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.